Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You already know. Oh boy. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Victory Monday live stream for you. And for the first time in 18 years, the regular season's over. I go on Twitter and I see our name on the playoff bracket. Like, you don't know how good it feels to wake up and check the Twitter timeline and not see a tweet from Rappaport or Schefter saying the Browns have fired their head coach. Like, for the last 18 years, except for 2007. Yeah. And 2014. Well, 2015 too, but the Mike Pettin years. But we're in the playoffs, man. Like, that's crazy. You know, like I literally looked on my phone and I see like the Jaguars fired their coach, the Dolphins fired their offensive coordinator, Jets fired their coach. The only news I've seen about the Browns today was one, Olivier Vernon ruptured his Achilles. That sucks. And two, I guess the Panthers are looking to interview one of our like upper management guys, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa, a guy who I forgot was even in our front office. Like, okay, I remember us hiring him. It's just so much has been happening. I forgot he was up there. I haven't really heard his name much. But that's always a good thing, you know? Like, another really good thing was this year, we barely saw Jimmy Haslam. Didn't hear a peep from him. In fact, I think the first words we heard from him was in the locker room speech video that the Browns posted, where he was showing love to the coaching staff. Like, what do you know? After all these years, dude finally gets it right. I mean, they always say like a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Sheesh. I mean, it took him this long to get it figured out because he did it the right way finally. He found his coach. He should have hired him last year. Got a good GM. And then he's like, I'm going to just let you do what you do. Right? I'm not going to interfere. Right? I'm going to just be over here watching my soccer team win a freaking championship. So you guys handle, Andrew's got it handled over here. Right? We're good. Right? It's like, we're all right over here. Yeah, we're good. No worries. And look what happened. Look what happened. Yeah. We're all right. We're good. And it's like watching that game yesterday. I mean, I don't even know what really to say. Now, if you watched my stream yesterday, you would have seen how mad I was getting that we weren't running Nick Chubb all the time. Well, it seems that Kevin Stefanski had a method to his madness. One, because I guess someone brought it up. He kind of went more basic with the play calls because he realized that we make the playoffs, there was a good chance we were going to be playing these guys next week. And he, of course, didn't want to expose anything like big when it comes to play calls. Like he didn't want to, pull off any trick plays on them. He's going to save all the fun stuff for this Sunday. And he didn't run Chubb a whole lot because he wanted to keep him healthy, because that's all we'd need. Freaking week 17 and, you run Chubb into the ground and he hurts himself again. That's all we'd need. We're already down a pass rusher because Vernon ruptured his Achilles. He's done for the year. He's done, obviously, for the rest of the year. He's going to be a free agent, so that might have been the last time we see him on the field. My God, bro. Now, Baker wasn't fantastic. He was good, great. He wasn't that wasn't the best Baker I've seen, obviously, but he was good. He did just enough to win. That's essentially what we did. We did just good enough to win. I've never seen my Browns play a playoff game before. This will be a new experience. I was way too young in 2002. I was like 6 years old. Barely remember anything from that. I don't even think I remember a single minute of that. I faintly remember 2007, though. Faintly. The thing I mainly remember from that year was me going to bed, listening to Colts and Titans, praying to God that the freaking Colts won. I wake up the next day, I find out Colts lost, and we weren't making the playoffs. That was the closest we've been to the playoffs since 2002. But yeah, we're freaking finally in the freaking dance. Hopefully Denzel is back. Yeah, I heard there's rumors about Greedy. He posted a tweet. He texted somebody talking about, him possibly playing. I don't think he'll be playing. I'll be shocked. But Denzel, that's a possibility. We're playing on Sunday Night Football. And if we were playing on Saturday, he wouldn't be able to come back. But we're playing on Sunday, so he might be able to. Of course, Kevin isn't going to reveal that because he doesn't want to let the Steelers know that, oh, yeah, our best corner is coming back, right? But, I mean, it's so funny because yesterday, aside from Harrison and Carl Joseph and Mitchell, who were pretty good. Yeah, we play a Sunday, yeah. Sunday night. We had MJ Stewart, Robert Jackson, who played in a couple games this year. I think Tavier Thomas got some action too, maybe. But pretty much we had a primarily JV secondary, aside from the safety position. And the Steelers had all their starting receivers. Yeah. Now, Steeler fans have been extra loud lately, which you'd expect from them, saying how we barely beat their JV squad. Although it wasn't all, they didn't rest all their starters. I mean, yeah, we were beating the crap out of them 24-9 at one point. Granted, we weren't really going all out. I mean, like I said, Kevin Stefanski was calling a more vanilla game plan, not revealing anything crazy, saving it all for the possibility of us playing them next week, which we now know we are. Garrett is not at the same. This is my biggest scare. Yeah, he's definitely not what he used to be the beginning of the year. Injuries and the virus have taken its toll on him this year. Hopefully he can get to Big Ben a couple times. Obviously, Mason Rudolph is younger and more mobile than Big Ben. Watching Big Ben run is it's like the dude has cinder blocks on his feet. But the thing with Big Ben is, though, he gets rid of the ball so quick because they be doing them dink and dunk passes. Garrett hasn't been the same. I know. Yeah. But it's going to be insane this week. dealing with Steeler fans again because I go on Twitter and they're mad. It's like, bro, you got some fan bases like, saying congratulations, Browns, you're, good to see you in the playoffs. And then the Steeler fans like, you barely beat our JV team. And then they rip on us for losing to the Jets. Like, we lost to Sam Darnold. Darnold isn't completely horrible. His coach is horrible, but not him. You lost to Ryan Finley, who is like a second or third string quarterback. And you almost lost to RG3 / Trace McSorley. You almost lost to Jeff Driscoll, too. Don't come at us about losing to Sam Darnold when you lost to freaking Ryan Finley. Damn, bro. Almost. But you know what? You look on that schedule, there's still a W there. Now they're going to say, enjoy your Super Bowl. I mean, we're just happy to get in the dang playoffs. I don't know why they're so triggered about that. And then I see some jabroni from Pittsburgh on Twitter going at Mack Wilson because there's a Cleveland t-shirt company called GB Artwork. If you see some of these shirts I'd be wearing, on stream, that's pretty much where I get those shirts from. Pretty cool. They come up with some really awesome designs and stuff. So this jabroni from, I guess, Pittsburgh or whatever comes on and saying, oh, look at the Browns. They make t-shirts for making the playoffs. And then Mack Wilson went at him and put him in his place. But I've noticed that Steeler fans just get so triggered over everything. And honestly, it would make my whole year if we go out there in Heinz Field and we end their season. Imagine that. Imagine that. We go out there in Heinz Field, Sunday Night Football, Steeler fans talking about how they're going to stomp us and everything. Who knows? They might. You never know. But then again, we could go out there and do to them like what we did to the Titans. How could you imagine that? Imagine if we go out there in Heinz Field and roll over them, just absolutely steamroll them. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just saying, imagine if it did. Imagine if it did. Because, Steelers haven't looked all that great. Honestly, I wouldn't be talking trash if I was a Steeler fan right now. You guys literally just lost 4 of your last 5 games. You should have lost your last, 5 games or so. You were 11-0. You had the North locked up tight. But you damn near choked the division. You lose to the football team. You lose to the Bills. What was the last 3 or 4? I think it was last 4 games. Whatever, but you lose to the football team. Yeah, you lose to the football team. You lose to the Bills. You lose to the Bengals. And Ryan Finley, mind you. You barely beat the freaking Colts when they were stomping on you the whole first half. And then you lose to us. Okay. That's another thing, too. We never went on a losing streak this year. The entire year, we never lost more than 1 game in a row. Never went on a losing streak. Never. Never. Honestly, if I was a Steeler fan right now, I wouldn't be flapping my gums. I'd be staying a little humble. Because remember, Ryan, you got Fichtner as your offensive coordinator. I wouldn't be talking trash because, for all we know, we could go out there and absolutely stomp on you. And then who's going to have the last laugh? Oh yeah, the team that just bounced you out of the first round again. Like you just got first rounded again. What happened the last time the Steelers were in the playoffs? Who did they play? Wasn't it the Jaguars? Yeah, it was the Jaguars. Now, of course, that team had the Jacksonville defense. Nasty defense. That was the last time I think they made it. Of course, 2018, they had a chance to make it. They needed us to win. We didn't do it. They got mad. We didn't care because, honestly, in that situation, it was it's like, oh, well, we lost, but hey, the Steelers didn't make it either. That kind of numbed the pain a little bit. Last year, they didn't have Big Ben. Then divisional will be Browns, Chiefs, Ravens, Bills. What happened the last time the Browns were in the playoffs? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, look at CN's Nation Sport. What's popping? They will have to beat us downfield. If Ben hits those passes, we are in trouble. The thing is, though, if we get Denzel back, and maybe if Greedy comes back, I don't think he will be. He's teasing us. He's teasing us. Dude's got a shoulder injury. He has not practiced all year. He hasn't touched the football field since training camp. I mean, I don't know why he even comes out here teasing us. He's got Browns fans on Twitter thinking he's going to come back. I'll be shocked if he steps on the field at all until next year. I don't know the status of his shoulder. No one's even really asked Kevin about it. Now, would I like to have him come? Would I like to have him back? Yeah, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see what else the chat. Yeah, what's up, Stephen Rose? Yeah, good game on Sunday. Yep. I wish you guys would have beaten the Titans, though. I thought you were going to beat the Titans, but AJ Brown. Enough said. I got you guys in the upset. What's up, Brian? Guess what? The Browns haven't won in Pittsburgh since 03. I think that will change. I could see it, but I don't know. People don't seem to understand that we aren't begging for a Super Bowl. We're just happy to see the Browns have success for the first time in a while. Brian Richards, I hope you're right. Yins Nation, your team will get beat Sunday. Can't wait. Vernon out. Well, you got Bud Dupree out, so we're kind of even there. And the Ravens and Browns will represent the North in the division. That'd be crazy. You will lose to Titans. Defense could not hold them in the last 18 seconds. I know. You guys tied the game, and I was like, they're going to go to overtime. But then A.J. Brown got free just enough to put them in field goal position. And honestly, I was expecting Sloman to miss, and he doinked it. He doinked it, and it went in. Talk about luck. Bears-Saints game going to suck. I believe that game is the game that's going to be simulcasted on Nickelodeon. Not joking. I'd rather see Vikings or Cards in playoffs. Titans defense sucks, and we're averaging 350 yards rushing a game. It's true. I mean, look what the thing is, though, we didn't really run all over the Titans. We threw all over them with a little bit of run in there. But yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting to see the Cardinals in the playoffs, especially if Fitzgerald. Word on the street is he's actually retiring, but I mean, someone, I guess one of their coaches put out a tweet saying congrats on a great career. But then I've seen fake, these insiders tweeting oh yeah, he's retiring, but I haven't heard anything from a verified source. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see on that. But man, dude, this playoffs is going to be fun. It just feels so weird. All those years around this time, you know what we'd be talking about right now? Who's going to coach? Who's going to be the new GM? Every year on this time, it's like a tradition. go on Twitter, you see the Browns fired this guy, and then everyone starts coming up with coaching candidates or GM candidates or quarterback possibilities. We got all that taken care of right now. Your Ohio State looks good too. Another thing, the last time the Browns were in the playoffs, Ohio State was in the national championship. Well, Ohio State is in the national championship again against a 2002 they faced Miami, the U. They were, I guess, known as a super team. That team was loaded with NFL prospects. Well, you look at Alabama, and they kind of are loaded with prospects. Yeah. I mean, are they on the level of the U from 02? No. I don't think so. But they're right up there. No, Stephen, roll Tide. I hope they beat Bama. Chiefs' run defense sucks. Man. But yeah, Steven, I'll have the picks for the playoffs tomorrow. I saw your comment. I want college playoff expansion at least to 8. Well, when the TV deal runs out, when the TV contracts run out and everything, when they got to renew those, they'll probably expand them to 8. Because I've already noticed that since the 4 teams were announced, Texas A&M fans especially, they weren't too happy with Notre Dame getting in over them. Now, of course, each team has their argument. But, yeah. So one other thing I want to go over before I head on out of here is the 2021 schedule. Crazy Doug, you're in the playoffs. Why are you talking about 2021 schedule? Because these are our opponents for next year. Now, it's also important to mention there could be a 17th game. It's not officially official, but I think they're going to add a 17th game. Now, let me see if I can find it on the Browns Twitter account, because they did announce the schedule was set, and I saw it, I think, a little bit earlier, and it's pretty favorable. Okay, let's see if I can find it. All righty, and there it is. Okay, so our home opponents for next year, we got the Bears, the Broncos, Lions, Raiders again, Texans again, and the AFC North. The away opponents go to LA to face the Chargers, go to Arrowhead, okay. Go to Lambeau to face Green Bay, all right. Go to Foxborough to face the Patriots. We'll see who the quarterback is. It's not going to be Cam. And then, last but not least, we go to Minnesota. Now, the last time we played Minnesota, we were in London. I don't think we'll be going to London. I mean, I don't know, but I hope we don't. I hate London. I hate going out there. Last time we were in London, I woke up and I had football right away. We lost because that was the year we went 0-16, but at least we got it over with. And word on the street is our 17th game will be against the NFC West. So that would be the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. Now, they don't know if it's home or away. I'm going to guess it's at home. Now, I'm not going to go through, records and everything, because we don't even know what our team will look like for next year. But if we took this team right now, like the current roster, if these guys face that schedule next year, the way it's looking right now, I mean, I think we could probably have around an identical record around there. Maybe 9-7, probably. I mean, split with Steelers and Ravens like I always do. Sweep the Bengals because we apparently own them now. Beat the Vikings down the road. We'll see what the Patriots look like, but right now, I'd probably say we could beat the Patriots. Nothing special about them right now. We'll see who their quarterback is. Lose to Green Bay. lose to Kansas City because they got two demigods at quarterback. that game against the Chargers would be interesting, though, because Justin Herbert's a dog, man. But they were a choking hazard. So, and like I said, if we took our current squad and went in there, I think we'd be able to beat them. At home, our home schedule looks very favorable. Bears, dub. Broncos, dub. Lions, bro, are you serious? W. They may not even have Matthew Stafford. Raiders, should have beat them this year. I think we get our revenge next year. Texans, they have Deshaun Watson. We'll see who their coach is. But Bill O'Brien set them back many years with his decision making when it comes to the roster. I think we're gonna. Sorry, Stephen Rose, but I think we're going dub. And then, like I said, split with the Ravens and Steelers, sweep the Bengals. So that is, let's see here, win. Actually, I could see us going up. 6-2 at, maybe at home. I could see us. Overall 6-2 against. Let's see here. So that's 6 wins out of our non-divisional opponents. 5 wins at home. 2 wins maybe on the road. 3 wins maybe on the road. That's 8 wins right there. And then 10 because the 2 Bengals games. Maybe 12, maybe 11-5, 12-4, around there, 10-6. I'm pretty much just probably going to say like I did last year. If we took this team, based that schedule, and those teams were what they are now, probably have around the same record. The only losses would be to Green Bay, Kansas City, and that's really the only changes. The losses to Green Bay and Kansas City. Raiders, I don't know. But hey, I guess on the bright side, we won't have to travel too much. Oh, and then you got the Cardinals too. Oh God. Well, the Cardinals were actually really good, and they got D-Hop now. He'd probably give us fits. Like, no. You know what I mean. What happened? Falcons, Arthur Blank said Matt Schaub's retiring. Who cares? Oh, man. But, 12. It's going to be so weird saying like 12-5 for an overall record. I could see 12-5 next year. Beating the Cardinals. Depends on where it is. But this team's looking really good. I think if we beef up our defense in the offseason, we could definitely be a contender next year. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Johnny, you love the UK games because it's in your home country. What's up, Ray? What's up, guys? What's up, Talking Grub? And Steelers fans are already talking but trying. Oh, of course they will. It's going to be a fun week. Honestly, this is our chance to really beef up that rivalry. We're facing them again in the playoffs. They think they're going to stomp us. We think otherwise. The Steelers cap will limit them, and the Browns and Ravens make it next year. I could see it. I could see the Steelers maybe dropping off a little bit. I mean, a lot of people thought they were going to drop off this year, but nobody saw Big Ben going Super Saiyan with a rejuvenated elbow. But who knows, man? Who knows? All I'm just going to say is let's get through this year. Let's see what happens. They play the games for a reason. I think right now I looked a few days ago, and I looked yesterday right after the games were over. They have us as a 4-point underdog, which is pretty genuine right there. Started 11-0, went 12-4. Mm-hmm. Yep. They lost 4 of the last 5 games. Tough. I wanted to see Colts Ravens. Well, as RG3 put it, the Ravens get a chance to get their bike back. I saw that on Pat McAfee's show earlier today. I was watching Pat McAfee's show and he was talking about that. It's actually a pretty good way to put it. You know, you got your bike stolen from you last year in your house. You could even say, earlier this year too. Well, no, you got it stolen from you last year. You tried to get it back earlier this year. You didn't. So this is your chance. This is your chance to redeem yourself and also get Lamar Jackson his first playoff win. That's another thing. 3 quarterbacks from that draft class are in the playoffs this year. Lamar and Josh Allen, again, and Baker. Sam Darnold's still sitting on the couch. Once again, going to have a new head coach. That's tough. His second head coach in his career. Tough. And Josh Rosen continues to bounce between team to team. I don't even know what team he's on now. Not like it really matters. I remember that dude when he was drafted. He said, he's going to talk about how the other 10 teams made a mistake. Or 9 other teams made a mistake or whatever. Well, the only team that made a mistake was the Cardinals. And they clearly realized it because literally the next year they drafted Kyler Murray and traded you. So, yeah, that's tough. Not to mention they beat the Ravens practice squad earlier and barely squeaked by teams all season. Yeah, who could forget, though? Like, they were literally just coming off the virus. No practice whatsoever, pretty much, because they were pretty much, like, banned from going to the facility because it was closed. They walk into, I think, Buffalo. Was that a home game or was that in Buffalo? Wherever. But they faced the Bills and stomp them with no practice. That's another thing about this game, too. We only had 1 day of practice this week. We only had 1 day of practice because of the virus. What positions should we draft in round 1 and 2? Well, right now, I'd probably say linebacker, definitely. Maybe secondary, corner. Mm-hmm. You can't trust Greedy to stay healthy. Can't even trust Denzel. The thing is with Denzel, he's good when he's healthy. But he can't stay healthy. That's the thing. Granted, he did manage to stay healthy like longer this year. The injuries didn't start hitting him until that Eagles game. But you gotta hopefully he'll stay healthy a full year next year. I know it's tough to stay healthy in the NFL a full season, but still, man, you gotta watch your health and everything. Bengals are stupid. They're gonna live in 4th place, extending Zach Taylor. I tell you one thing, Brian, if the Bengals seriously do not address the offensive line, like seriously this year, like if they do if they make like a half-ass freaking attempt, like they, draft a guy in like the 6th round, like, hey, see, there you go, we got an offensive lineman. See, there you go, be happy. I don't know. Like, how do you support that team? You have a franchise quarterback, and you don't get guys to protect him. Now, I'm sure they will. They're not that stupid, right? Then again, we're talking about the Bengals. They would be that team to completely ruin a guy's career by not giving him an offensive line. Just ask Andrew Luck. The dude got destroyed in Indy. And what do you know? The dude retires, and they freaking fix the offensive line. They pretty much fixed the offensive line like when he was retiring. Of course, he retired kind of out of nowhere. But, I mean, can you really blame him? The dude got destroyed. he missed like what a whole year and a half or so because of a freaking shoulder issue. He had to go to freaking Germany, I guess, to get it worked on or looked at. Like, dude, that's going to happen with the Bengals if they're not careful. Except it's probably not going to be a shoulder. It's probably going to be his freaking leg or something. Not to mention, if you're the Bengals, you got to be looking around at the division and thinking, well, Ravens, solid, great offensive line, elite quarterback. They protected their guy. Steelers have been pretty good at protecting Ben. And the one thing Dorsey did not do was address offensive line. Well, he tried to at least. A little bit. Didn't really work out too well. Corbett. I don't know why we took Corbett. That pick still baffled me, although we did dump him for, I don't even think really anything at this point. But, yeah, pretty much Andrew Berry came in there and got us 2 good tackles, one in the draft and one in free agency. So we're looking good now. Steelers should be ashamed. They didn't sweep them. Defense is horrible. They had this run for 400 yards on the ground Sunday. That is like crazy bad. Bengals get an O-line. They still won't be better than 6-10. Yeah, they're not good. It'll be a while before they're a contender again. Not to mention AJ Green's probably gone. He's probably going to be looking for greener pastures. We'll see where he goes. But, dude, this feels so different. Like, you don't know. You know, for the first time in literally pretty much 13 years or so, we're going into an off season. Not even an off season. We're going into the playoffs. I woke up, like I said earlier, if you weren't here for me earlier when I said this, I looked on my timeline on Twitter and I did not see a thing about the Browns. You don't know how refreshing that was to go on there and not see a tweet saying that we fired our coach. But instead, I'm seeing tweets of people talking about playoffs. I mean, I started my YouTube channel in 2015. I really didn't know what I was going to do with it. I didn't think I was going to take it seriously, maybe post videos, whatever. In my first 3-4 years, 15, 16, and 17. What, 4 wins? 4 wins. My first 3 years on YouTube, 4 wins. I made a video previewing every game, pretty much. I think I didn't make a preview for like the final 2 or 3 games of 2015, simply because I was just tired of. It was like pretty much fatigue. You know, I was just done. I was just tired of making videos. Since then, made a video every single week for every single game, and here we are. Made a video every week for the 1-15, a video every week for 0-16, and then we go 7-8-1, 6-10, now 11-5. Wow. But yeah, Bear, Wyatt Teller. We could definitely tell Teller and Wills were back because the running game was effective. I didn't think they meant that much, but they definitely do, especially Teller. Elite NFL franchise. Congrats, Browns. Maybe you'll be back to what you were in the late 80s. Hopefully. The Cardiac Kids era. I would love that. Hopefully Ward plays. Well, if he, I guess, tests negative, and it'll be right around the 10-day window. So, yeah, you should be able to play. But obviously Kevin Stefanski ain't going to talk about that. He'll probably reveal it like right before the game. Goodson and Smith should be back, hopefully. Yeah, that'd be great. Sendejo will be back. Okay. I mean, he's been kind of playing better as of late, but he still gets exposed a couple times. Phillips played good. Yeah, he impressed me. Now, of course, you got Mac Wilson. I'm sorry, Wilson. Dude can't tackle. And the funniest thing is, this dude went on Twitter, and I've always said he has Twitter fingers, and it's pretty clear. The dude literally lives on Twitter pretty much. Kind of like you, crazy dog. No, I don't live on Twitter. I live on YouTube. But no, this dude pretty much, he always tweets. He's probably the most active Browns player. Well, at least one of the most active Browns players. But I can't fault him, man. I mean, the dude's always hype. Let me see if he still has the tweet up. He might have deleted it. I'm not sure. He might have deleted it. No, here he. Okay, yeah, he tweeted it right after the game. Gotta wrap up on my tackles, man. I've been trying to smash people. I will get better as a player, though. 1% every day. Hey, at least he owned up to him whiffing. Dude, he had a Connor in the backfield whiff. He whiffed on like 2 or 3 tackles yesterday. But like I said, at least he owned up to it. He's like, I gotta be trying to smash people. He's trying to freaking spear people, bro. You gotta wrap up on these guys. Finish the tackles. He's shaking you off like a freaking bug. Then he'd be going for like 10, 15-yard gains because nobody else is around. Oh well. I think things will be a lot better with Goodson back as well. Goodson's one of the big guys in the linebacking core. But I've been going for almost 40 minutes already. You missed Joe Schobert. I think everyone does. I'm happy for you guys. I'm rooting for. What's up, Corwin? Stop trying to hit stick everyone. I know, right? He's trying to hit stick everybody. He's trying to lay them out. I mean, like, dude, you don't have to hit stick everybody. Just tackle. Then you got the guys who are always trying to rip the ball out. Then they wind up, getting shaken, getting tossed away because they're trying to rip the ball out, and the guys just get shanked off. Like, get off me. What's up, Nick the Wick? F Philly. Bro. I'm going to say this right now. You guys now know how we felt in 2007. Because I've told this story many times. In 2007, we needed the Colts to win. We needed to take care of our business too. We did. We beat the 49ers week 17, like we were supposed to. But then the Colts started Jim Sorgi, not Peyton Manning, and they lost to the Titans. And that kept us out. Now, moral of the story, take care of your own business so you don't have to worry about other teams. But at least the Giants got a bright future ahead of them. But you got to take care of business. You beat the Bears. You probably you should have beat the Cowboys the first time. You should have beat the Eagles the first time. Like, literally, you had them. If Evan Stonehands Ingram caught the ball, game's over. You sweep the Eagles. Like, you probably are in the playoffs right now. Like, imagine that, dude. The team that you swept, the team that you pretty much own at this point, made the playoffs over you because of record. Isn't that crazy? Bucks, Rams, Eagles, Cowboys, Bears. Yeah, you win all those games. Obviously, you're in. Those games all came down to, like, last possession, pretty much. Think about that. You had 6 wins this year, right, with the wins you have now. You could have won any of those games. You could have had 9, 10 wins even. You could have won the division weeks ago. They've got a good team. Oh, yeah. They got, a good amount of cap space, good squad. We'll see about the quarterback. Barkley coming back. Tate's probably not coming back. You have Slayton, you have Shepard. They got a nice looking squad over there. Browns on primetime Sunday night. NFL sees this game as best game of the weekend. Yes, sir. Gonna be a classic that Cleveland comes out on top, I think. Hopefully. THT Ravens Patriots game was weird. Maybe we would have won AFC North if we won. Are you talking about earlier in the year? When sometimes I swear they have like a weather machine over there in New England. Because it'd be looking nice and calm, and then all of a sudden a downpour hits. It's like, okay, now it's all of a sudden a downpour. All right. Shep looks really good. Slayton is a good receiver too. We will draft a receiver. I'm thinking Devontae Smith for you. That's a guy I've heard a lot regarding the Giants. Ravens Titans is going to be very interesting. Oh yeah, that's going to be one of the probably the best games of the whole weekend. Honestly, they could all be really good games. We might have. I mean, it could be possible where we have multiple games going into overtime. I mean, we could honestly have all 6 games end in scores that are within a touchdown of each other. I don't see many blowouts in the forecast for this weekend. What's my thoughts on Joe Judge? Well, considering the fact that the Giants were essentially dead in the water, they were what? Winless? Or were they 0 something? Let me look at their schedule here. I believe they were like 0-5 or something. Hold up. Doing this on the fly. So Giants schedule this year. Okay, so they were 0-5. 0-5, man. You were 0-5 at the start of the year. The fact that Joe Judge, now this is more, I guess, of a testament to how bad your division was. But this dude, Joe Judge, took an 0-5 team and led them to the point where they were fighting for the division week 17. You don't see that too often. A lot of 0-5 teams just kind of fade away. But again, it's because their division was absolute garbage. You know, all the original starting quarterbacks were either hurt or they sucked. Yeah, that's the way it was. They were either hurt or they sucked. Dak got hurt. Wentz sucked. And I think Haskins was the original starter. And we all saw what happened to him. But yeah, I mean, Joe Judge he got a nice looking squad over there. Daniel Jones has to come out next year and ball out. That's the thing about playing in New York, you know, very hostile environment when it comes to the media. They rip on people over there. Extra set of rules in OT playoffs. It just keeps going. I think there's until no ties. Obviously, you can't have a tie in the playoffs. 2012 and 14, for instance. Okay, they know it's something else. The Ravens are way better in the playoffs on the road. Yeah, 1-7. That's tough. Yeah, you guys are like 1-7 and looking. I think what really hurt the Giants was that end stretch. You know, that end stretch of games. But those were 3 very good opponents. Cardinals, you got stomped by the Cardinals, rolled by my Browns, and then you lost to the Ravens. But at least you guys ended the year on a high note by beating the Cowboys. But now you get to sit back and watch Washington dink and dunk against the Buccaneers. Honestly, I would have loved to see the Giants run it back with the Bucs after their game earlier this year, because you guys honestly should have won that game. But the refs went blind at the worst time, and they didn't see a possible pass interference call in the end zone. But then again, if you look at that call again, you're thinking, well, Danny Dimes literally had his guy wide open, and he kind of hesitated. And that extra second that he didn't throw the ball gave the corner a chance to catch up to the receiver. or was it Deion Lewis or whatever? Yeah. If he throws that ball at the perfect time, that's a touchdown. Easy. But he didn't. That's what happens. You got to be perfect with these timing throws. All right. I think Baker is a little overrated. I think, yeah, QB for Cleveland. Nope. No, we good out here. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm so mad at Doug Peterson. I think everyone is at this point. I think everybody is at this point. Stephen A is talking crap and hating on the Browns. When isn't he? Baker going to stay. But I mean, what Doug Peterson did, I could just, I mean, you look on Twitter, Giants players, they weren't happy because they knew that their playoff hopes were in the hands of then Jalen Hurts and Doug Peterson and company. And then this dude, Doug Peterson, essentially sold and put in Nate Sudfeld. And as you'd expect, he didn't do that well. So because of that, Washington is going to the playoffs. So we're going to have a team with no name playing in the playoffs. Nice. Congrats on making the playoffs, Sir Stefanski, for Coach of the Year. What's up, Ash? Yeah. Then you got the Raiders, too. What's up, Loyal? What's up, Loyal? I no doubt in my mind, if Hurts was still in there, they could have won. Oh, they probably would have won with Hurts in there. Oh, yeah. Not to mention they were resting. They had like 9 players out, too. But yeah, Ashgan, what's up with your Raiders? Like the past 2 years, I saw an image that was really interesting. Literally, you guys had the same record, I think, at the halfway point the last 2 years. And both the last 2 years, the Raiders have completely fallen flat on their face. Not overrated. I believe he is just a late bloomer and needed some consistent system and coach to get himself going. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does with Kevin in year 2 in that system. Favorite type of cheese? I mean, I like Parmesan, American, cheddar. Yo, we are number 1. Congrats, dude, and break a leg in the playoffs. What's up, Pog? What do you guys think about Cleveland's secondary? Well, right now they're literally like sick. Well, Mitchell, he's all right. He's serviceable. Not going to say he's elite, but he's not trash. He's serviceable. He'll get the job done. It's just when he faces an elite number 2 receiver, he has the tendency to get beat